Good morning, class. This week we're going to start working with SPSS, which is a statistical analysis program that's widely used in academic environments, also used in industry. So we're going to work with the same data that we used last week in Excel and give you an opportunity to see what it looks like in SPSS, because that's the package we'll be using for the remainder of the semester. So first thing we want to do is open up SPSS, which is available on all the computers at the university. So it's a product owned by IBM. There should be a icon on the desktops of the computers here at Holy Family. If not, just scroll down to IBM SPSS and open up the statistics package. Takes a little while on my tablet here. Alright, so you're presented with this dialog box, and this is where you can open up data. So we'll open up, I'll double click open up another data set. Want to change this file type to Excel, because that's what I saved the data from last weekend. You could also open up native SPSS files here, but we'll use Excel. You can also open up CSV files, which are comma separated files. Those are very very often used data file types, but we'll change that to Excel, and I'll go find it on my desktop here. Okay, so there's the Superstore data file that we used last week to run in Excel. So I will open that. We have variable names in the first row of the data set, so we want to keep this checked, which is default. You can leave everything else the same. Just press OK. Alright, so it'll run a routine and it'll open up our data set. And this week we're going to do the same thing we did last week in Excel. We're going to take a look at the sales variable. So we go up on, and you can explore these different ribbons at the top here if you're not familiar with SPSS. It's a quite robust package, so there's a lot of things we can do. We'll be working primarily in analyzing data. So later on in the semester, we'll take a look at correlations, we'll take a look at regression, we'll be doing some factor analysis. I think we'll do some multi-dimensional scaling. But for today, all we need to do is some descriptive statistics. So we go down to our descriptive stats and click on descriptives. Okay, these are the variables that we can work with. All the other variables are text variables, so we can't really work with them unless we convert them. For instance, these dates here under the order date, we can't really do any routines with those. We could sort them and convert them, but we're not going to do that right now. So we'll pick our sales variable, and then we click this arrow button to move it over here to the variables we want to work with. Then go up under options and click on that. And this is the default in this routine of what is available. So I'm going to click off variance and range. I think range is a good statistic to run for a list of sales, so we can see the min-max of the sales, and leave everything else at default, and then press continue. All right. So we're all set to run our routine. We just press OK. Okay, and it'll show you the, for those of you who are interested in coding, it'll show you the actual code that you could write. But we used a GUI, so don't need to get down into the weeds with the coding. So this is our output, the descriptive stats. Here's our range. Here's our number of records, almost 10,000. Our minimum sale was 0.44. Our maximum was 22,638. Our mean was $229. Standard deviation 623, which is a pretty wide spread. And then our variance is 388, 434. So you can take a look at that, and then I'm going to ask you to compare that to what you got in Excel. And that later on we'll move on to some other functions in SPSS. So that's all I need you to do this week. I'll have you do a little write-up, and this will just give you some experience getting into the program so we can move on later in the semester. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks.